So if you're a parent of a newborn, you know that getting them to sleep at night is tough, and sometimes it literally feels like an impossibility. Well, our next guest says following a bedtime routine can certainly keep your kids restful at night, help them go down easily, and really just make things better for you, baby, the entire family. Joining us now is psychologist and chair of the Pediatric Sleep Council, Dr. Jodi Mindell. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's great to be here. And as a true New Yorker, it's even really better to be on here.
Awesome. We are so happy to have you, especially me. I do have a 16-month-old, so I am knee deep in these sleeping issues here. But doctor, how common are sleep issues for babies and toddlers? Because they can be a little different.
So if you ask parents if their child has a sleep problem, about 25 to 30% of parents said there's a sleep problem. So that's 1 out of 3 to 1 out of 4 parents. But if you ask parents, is there something you want to change about your child's sleep? 92%, just about every single parent wants to change something about their child's sleep. But there's hope. There's always ways that you can make a difference and help everyone get a better night's sleep.
Absolutely. So how do you identify what a problem is and what is kind of bad behavior on the parents' part in terms of reinforcing this routine and really setting a bedtime for their babies?
Well, we know every baby's different. So you can do the exact same thing and have a great sleeper and do the same thing and have a poor sleeper. But there's things that parents do that definitely contribute to helping babies sleep better.
So doctor, this is a game of chess that I literally start when I wake up. It's like, okay, how do I strategize and figure out what the perfect window for that nap is? Because that, of course, affects how easily they go down at night. So what happens during that nap? When do you think that should happen and how long should it go?
So in the first few months, sleep is all over the place. Whenever the baby wants to sleep is when the baby wants to sleep. Between 3 and 9 months of age, most babies are taking 2 or 3 naps a day. When it's 2 naps a day, it's usually right at 9 o'clock or 9:30, and then at 2 or 2:30. Okay. If you're thinking about, though, a baby who sleeps 3 naps a day, they're usually napping about every 2 hours. So they're awake for 2 hours and then they sleep only for about 30 to 45 minutes. Either way is great for a baby. It's much easier for families, though, when they're on that rigid schedule.
Right. And no parent, including myself, likes to wake up a sleeping baby, but sometimes it is necessary if you want them to go to bed in a timely fashion and easier. So what is that window? Do you think maybe 4 hours leading up till bedtime?
So absolutely, sleeping babies, right? Parents think like it's something terrible to do, but it's keeping everyone on schedule. It's like eating at the same time every day. Sleeping at the same time every day is going to help your baby sleep better. In terms of how late should they nap in the afternoon, before about 6 months, they can nap as late as 5 o'clock because they'll be ready to go back to sleep at 7 or 7:30. When they're a little bit older than that, you really want nap time to end by 3:30 or 4 o'clock. And then your baby's going to be really ready to go to bed right between 7 and 8 o'clock at night.
All right. And Dr. Mindell, what is your favorite sleep technique? We know there's the pick up, lay back down, the cry it out, which we have been flirting with. But obviously, when they transition into toddlerdom, the cries get a lot more aggressive. So what is your favorite technique there for sleep training a toddler?
First of all, before I talk about sleep training, bedtime routines, absolutely key. 3 to 4 steps every night, the exact same every night. A bedtime routine is going to help sleep just as much as everything else. In terms of sleep training, you want your baby to fall asleep independently, self-soothe to sleep. How you get there doesn't matter. It's really about your parenting style. So if you want to go in every minute or if you want to go in every 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. You want that window of opportunity when your baby falls asleep independently. And what's going to happen is when they naturally wake during the night, they'll be able to put themselves back to sleep.
Right. And what about those babies and parents that enjoy kind of rocking their baby to sleep? It's great for bonding, especially if you're a working mom. But of course, you don't want to dedicate an hour to rocking your baby to sleep. So what are your suggestions for changing that?
So it's right back to that bedtime routine. Include in your bedtime routine all the wonderful things, all the snuggling, all the cuddling, all the reading, do all those things. But you want to put your baby down to bed when they're still awake. Now, if you have a great sleeper and you rock them to sleep, don't change anything. You never mess with their success. But if your baby is waking up or your toddler is waking up during the night, then it really is time to look at what happens right at bedtime and make some changes then. I always recommend with sleep training, start with bedtime only. In the middle of the night, do whatever you can do to get everyone back to sleep as quickly as possible. And we find that most of the time, once a child has that skill, it's truly a skill of being able to fall asleep on their own, when they wake naturally at night, they can put themselves right back to sleep. So you never need to do sleep training in the middle of the night.
Right, and this is a transitionary phase, right? So parents should not be too hard on themselves. Dr. Jodi Mindell, thank you so much. We appreciate your time here.
Great to be on here. Thank you.